one thing. I want everybody to look at me. I'm going to pass it to coin after I say one thing. That's a W. Let's eat one. Let's eat one. That's a W. How many people want to eat a W tonight? How many eat a W tonight?
Mm-hmm.
We have Masters, we have NHL, NBA, NFL draft. We got to talk Bengals.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Because I know you are so excited for this unicorn you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
And but first, how you doing, man? It's been
Good.
a couple weeks.
It's been, yeah. I think we did our last one early the week of Masters, so it's been like, it feels like it's been longer than it has, because we did it on like Monday or Sunday or something. I guess we're doing this one kind of recording. Yeah, I was gonna say we're
on a Monday.
We're doing this one kind of early too, so never mind.
Starting off hot. Brian's out here just saying stuff already. I love it.
It does feel it does feel like the Masters was a year ago already, though.
It really does. It feels like, I mean, I wouldn't say a year, but yeah, it definitely feels like it was a couple months ago. It just, stuff moves so quick now, where you're just like,
you go to the next thing. Like you just
go straight to the NBA playoffs. You go straight to the NFL draft. You know,
and then back to and then you got NHL playoffs in there, and then you go back to the NBA playoffs.
Well, those go at the same time.
No, I know. I just meant like after the draft. I feel like everyone focuses on the draft like this week, and then it'll be back to NBA playoffs or NHL playoffs, whichever you prefer to watch.
Okay.
Or both, if you like both.
Yeah, I mean, I've been switching back and forth, but before we get to that, the Masters.
Yes.
Rory wins again. He had a 6-shot lead going the weekend, and then it shrunk down to, was he tied or had a 2-shot lead?
He was down, like he was going into the final day. They were tied, if I remember correctly, and then he was down 2 after like hole 5 or 6. He was back down 2 because he had that double bogey. He missed that short putt. Was that on? What hole was that? Was it the par 3? I think he doubled the par 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was it's tough to beat the year before when he got his first one. But I feel like people kind of got wrapped into this one wasn't as good because of the outcome or because of how it finished. But I feel like it was pretty electric the whole time.
So I thought it was really good up until the last like 9 holes. Like you just didn't get that drama that I think you want on the last 9 holes of the Masters, because he had a 2-3 shot lead come the last, I think once he got to like 11 or 12, or once he made that birdie on 12, you kind of knew it was over. No one else, like Justin Rose kind of fell off at the end. Scotty, I know he ended up coming in second, but he kind of missed a few putts there in the middle, like towards the end of his round, where he could have gotten to the number he needed to get to. And then obviously Cam Young just kind of, he didn't fall apart, but he just didn't play his best on that back 9. What do you have, all pars on the back 9?
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not what you need to. It was lacking that like excitement. It's not because like besides hole 12, Cam Young didn't really even have that many opportunities for birdie. I feel like I guess he had the one on 17 that he could have made, but at that point, it felt like it was over already. I don't know. I think that's what it was for me, but I think I thought round 3 was electric because
it was the best.
Rory's up 6, like you said. I think all of us just wanted it to be somewhat close, and the fear was he was going to run away with it after round 3. And then for him and Cam Young to be tied going into that day was so much fun because there was so much movement on the leaderboard. But I think you're right. I think overall it was still a really good Masters. I wanted, not that I didn't want Rory to win, but I kind of wanted someone else to win just because Rory won it last year. I do think it's pretty cool that now he's won it twice in a row just because like he got that monkey off his back, and people have always
He'll never lose it again.
Right. People have always said that the Masters sets up very well for him, and he just couldn't get over the hump, and now he has. And yeah, to your point, maybe he'll never lose again. I mean, he's so good. Like, and we've talked about it before. I'm not the biggest Rory guy. I don't think you are either.
Nope.
But like, I still like, it's weird. Like I would have preferred Scotty to win, even though Scotty's won too. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's just because he just won last year.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of wanted Justin. I mean, we talked about it when we
Yeah.
were doing our picks, but
Yeah.
I picked Justin Rose, and selfishly, I wanted him.
Same.
I wanted him to win. But I mean, it kind of played all the hits. The only thing we didn't get is like a final going into the last hole, and someone needed to make a birdie or someone was tied going in the last hole. So that's the only thing that didn't happen, and that never really happens that much.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
In most tournaments. So,
but
Saturday was awesome. I think knowing after what Saturday, the third day, where everyone was scared on Friday that it was just going to be a blowout, I think that made it even better. And then there was some jumping around the leaderboard early Sunday, and that, just like the last hour wasn't as fun. But then Rory hits one way right on 18, and everyone's like, all right.
Yeah, it was
what's
fun.
going to happen?
It was fun for a second.
So it definitely, did something. But then, people just like to hate on stuff. And I thought it was a overall good tournament, but I don't know what it is.
I mean, day three I
like
think was one of the best days we've had. Yeah, day 3 is one of the, like, you couldn't ask for a more exciting day 3 at the Masters than what we got. You couldn't. So I agree with you. Sorry. Go ahead.
But I don't know what it is about like new technology, but sometimes it just feels like it's a lot worse than what it was in the past. Like we didn't see where Rory's ball was for a good 10 minutes after he had a second shot in 18. I feel like a lot of this stuff was glitching throughout the day. And also, if you watched like the main broadcast, you basically saw 3 players play the whole time. And that bothers me. That's why I was raving about the Masters app is like, you don't even have to watch that bullshit because you can tune into something else. You can tune into Amen Corner, 14, 15, like all that stuff. So
the coverage was very, very bad towards the end.
I don't know if you caught any of that.
I did. The coverage was, and I think there's a lot of people were talking about that after the fact too. I think you're right on 18. After Rory hit his and Cam Young hit his, you didn't know where either ball was until they got to the green. Like they did not either one of their shots. They didn't pan it. I was like, not that Cam Young's shot was that important, just because he was kind of already out of it. I think he was down 3 at that point, or at least 2. I can't remember where it ended up. So he would have needed a birdie and had Rory double, I think, to go to a playoff. But still, the fact that you just didn't know.
Scotty was at 11.
Well, yes. No, I was talking about more just Cam Young. His shot wasn't as important, but to not know where either of them were was nuts. I was like, it's the last hole of the Masters, and we have no idea where either one of these balls are. Yeah, no, we can't. I agree with you. It was a weird. And then I also think the way they covered Rory's, I think they wanted to do it for drama, but like he's setting up over the ball, and they're still talking about him maybe punching out to the other fairway when it was clearly not good. I think they just wanted to create like some sort of drama that wasn't there at that point once you found out where his ball was, where his drive went. And all he had to do was hit a nice towering draw just anywhere up by the green. He was going to be fine. So I thought that was weird too, that they overhyped.
That's what he's great at, is hitting huge
They
draws.
overhyped how bad his tee shot was, even after they found out where it was and he had a somewhat of a shot. I don't know.
Well, his tee shot was the issue of that is if his tee shot was a little bit better, his second shot would have been a lot worse. But his tee shot was so bad that he actually had a shot where he was almost on another hole on the golf course. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it.
I love the Masters.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite golf tournament of the year. That's I'm not the only one to ever say that, but
I do, and I don't know if we talked about this last time. I love the no phones, man. Like I think that is so cool in the stands. Like I just think it's awesome.
I agree.
When you see the pictures and the highlights, like everyone, and then you compare it to what we just saw at the what is the RBC? Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you just compare the 2 pictures, and then it's just everyone's sitting there on their phones taking pictures of everything, and then Masters is just people are there. I think it's cool. You're just there in the moment, enjoying it and having a good time. I don't know. I think it's cool.
Yeah. Every time I watch the Masters, it makes me want to watch more golf, and then then I tune into it. I'm like, man, it's just not the same.
It's not the same. It's the players, it's the majors, and that's really it.
Yeah, maybe the Memorial, but that might just be
Yeah.
like the Ohio in us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I do like the Memorial. And then the playoffs. I do watch the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess, but it really,
I
yeah,
guess.
I don't really know. I don't really watch the. I wish they played. I know they play great courses every week, but they need to figure out a way to get like for the playoffs. They need to figure out a way to get onto like major venues. That makes sense.
Like what are you talking about? Like would you go back and play like Sawgrass or something, or play courses
Like
that have already been played?
No. Like play like Oakmont, play Bethpage,
Oh, okay.
play
Yeah, I like that.
play Chambers Bay. I don't know.
I
Play
like that.
fucking Torrey Pine. I guess not Torrey Pines. They already have a couple there, but play like major chamber. But then again, that puts a burden on those courses. But,
Yeah,
but
keeping
still,
them up.
man,
That'd be cool though.
that would be
really fun. That would be really fun.
Whistling Straits. I don't know. Like just go to like these iconic courses and finish the season like that instead of. I understand they're good golf courses, but I guarantee you, if you do that, ratings would skyrocket.
Oh, I completely agree.
More sponsors would come in. It'd be. I think it'd be a.
You could even do like St. Andrews for one of them, like where you go play a different style of golf.
No, you can, Brian. What's the PGA stand for?
I guess okay, fine, whatever. I'm throwing out ideas. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool.
Wait,
I think it'd be fun.
Hold on, I think I'm just saying shit right now.
Professional Golf Association.
Or it says PGA. What's the PGA Tour stand for? I don't, dude. There's too many answers. What's going on here? There's PGA of America. That's not what PGA means.
Professional Golfers Association of America. Well, it stands for Professional Golfers Association, but then it looks like, to your point, it looks like sometimes it says of America and other times it doesn't.
But I know the Professional Golfers Association is also like a PGA professional, like okay, it means Professional Golfers Association Tour. Okay, so it's not America. So yeah, we can go to St. Andrews. I stand corrected. I'm sorry, Brian.
It's okay. I appreciate it. I wouldn't have known.
Why did I think it meant Professional Golf America? Why did I think that? I just automatically thought A was the America. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. All right.
So
well,
we're going
golf.
to St. Andrews. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, we fixed golf.
Yeah. That would be really cool. I like that idea in general. Go play like some of the toughest courses too.
Well, the issue with going to St. Andrews, and I'm gonna, just shit on all of your ideas again, but the travel from week to week,
I know,
you can't go from go from New York or from like Colorado to.
No, I know. But you could like space it out, like give it a week off. Like
that's not the point of the playoffs. It's week by week by week.
Know. Whatever.
Yeah, that's
bad
idea.
Brian. Stupid idea, Brian.
No, it's a good idea. We just don't have the tech yet. Once we get the tech, we'll be good.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so NBA and NHL playoffs. I know I don't really watch the NHL until like the last 15 games of the season, and I kind of tune in because I'm a Flyers fan, and we got like a ton of stuff going on before then, and the most fun part of the season, in my opinion, of hockey is towards the end, playoff push, then the playoffs. How much hockey do you watch on a scale of 1 to 10?
2, probably.
2 meaning?
I will watch as we get deeper in the playoffs. Like I'm not watching right now, but I will watch the Stanley Cup, and I will probably watch the round before the Stanley Cup, and that's about it.
So you'd give that a 2?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Just because I like during the regular season,
like 5 or 6, but
during the regular season, I probably watch 30 minutes in the regular season total. Like that's it. That's why I'm putting myself at a 2.
All right. What about the NBA? How much do you watch? Scale 1 to 10.
I'd say I'm probably at 4. I'd double it
Ooh,
compared to because I'll watch a lot more of the playoffs of the NBA, and I'll watch them in the regular season. So I'd say 4. I don't want to give myself a 5 because I feel like a 5 is like watching 50% of it, and I don't think I reach the 50% mark.
Yeah, you know what? In recent, like the last couple years with the NBA, I was around an 8.
I feel like you
where
were.
I was watching League Pass. I'd go back and watch games that happened a day ago, and this year I'm like at a 4.
Yeah, I feel like
I
you
just
weren't as into
haven't.
it this year. Yeah, we haven't like talked about it as much. And I haven't heard as much from you on the NBA this
Yeah,
year.
it was just kind of like this year is just kind of a bummer because like there's just a lot of like weird stuff going on, and the Wizards always stink. That's nothing new, so I can't really make it that excuse. I mean, them getting Anthony Davis and Trae Young is literally my nightmare. So that
You said
happened.
that before they got them too. Like you were talking about that like weeks before those even happened, and you said this is my nightmare.
What, like with the trade rumors?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's terrible, and who knows what's going to happen with both. They're probably paying both so much money. But anyway, I feel like it's like a monotonous year because you have OKC who's just the best team. The Spurs is a good story. I mean, there's some good stories, but it just kind of seems like OKC is going to run away with it again. Unfortunately, I'm trying to think. It just kind of felt boring this year. Like it just felt there's a lot of negative energy towards it. It was not the tanking thing. The tanking thing is not new. This has been a thing. We can talk about how to fix it. We can talk about how it's not good for the game. But I mean, this is just
It's the way
it's just the way American sports is set up. Is you're bad, you get a high draft pick, you hope it hits. But I mean, with NBA, it's really tough to hit. It's really tough to like the talent dispersion. Like we were talking. Okay, so little insight into our group chat. We were talking about how soccer has relegation, and apparently there's 800 teams that plays in the same league for some reason. And but you know, there's realistically around 35 teams, 20 in the big Premier League, I guess, and 24 in the bad one. I don't know. But anyway, if you did that in basketball, there's just not enough talent. There's not enough high-end talent. There's probably 10 guys that can change your franchise right now, where if you threw them on the Wizards with their roster, they would maybe make the playoffs. Like, okay, if you put Luka on the Wizards, I'm not kidding. If you put Luka Doncic on the Wizards right now, just take Trae Young and AD off because they didn't play. If you put them on that team right now, they're a 6 seed, a 5 seed.
I'd be surprised if they were that high.
That's like best case scenario. I mean, they have Alex Sarr is a good player. You know, they have some. Trey Johnson's good. Just let's relax. They're young. But anyway, they'd probably be like a 5 seed at best. Yeah. And that's if he plays 70 games. That's just not like, and he's what, a top 5 player?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like, and if you take him off the Lakers are a play-in team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
so
they're
like,
in for
there's just not enough talent to do like a. Who, the Lakers?
Yeah, the Lakers. The 4 seed with them, right?
We'll talk about that in a second. But what I'm saying is there's just not enough high-end talent for any kind of relegation to work. So you can't do that. Plus the whole money thing, logistics, you have to rework everything. It would just be a nightmare. And honestly, I feel like in like 5 years, people will be like, what the fuck are we doing? Just make one league again. We have the playoff thing. You know,
I mean, the playoffs that like start the season or whatever.
The NBA Cup, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Who cares? Do you know who won it this year?
No, zero idea.
The Spurs did.
Yeah.
They put it. Doc Rivers, real quick, he retired, and they put it on his resume that he won the NBA Cup. So
Fucking sick, man.
who knows? Could become a thing. We don't know. Yeah. But
It's not
anyway,
like his
I
Hall of
think the
Fame
only way.
resume.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame, but yeah, he's not. He's the most overrated coach of all time. But what was I getting at? Basically, what I'm saying is there's not enough talent in the NBA. It's too reliant on the draft. There's basically two ways to fix tanking, and that's to give every team besides the two teams in the finals the same odds to win the lottery, or you have an auction instead of a draft.
So, well, I mean, I know there was that rumor floating around of like what they want to do to fix tanking. Was it like you have to fit if you finish bottom three? Was that what it was? You can't win the lottery. You have to like finish above the bottom three teams. Is that what it was? It was something like that.
You can't win the lottery twice.
Is that what? Okay.
In, 2 years in a row. Basically.
2 years in a row. What am I thinking of this like 3-team thing? I think I could have sworn I saw.
But that's just an idea.
Okay. So yeah, it's not like a legit thing. It's just
like you can't get a top 3 pick, maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah. These are all just ideas. But I mean, I think the only way to do it is even playoff teams give them the same lottery odds. Just everyone. Yeah. I like. Why wouldn't that work?
I mean, I think the point is, if you do that, then like even like people are freaking out because OKC can get the number 1 pick this year. So like, and people are like, "Fuck, OKC's gonna get the number 1 pick." Yeah, I mean,
don't be so stupid.
I don't mind the option idea.
They've done, but they did the tanking thing. They tanked for like 3 years, and then they hit with the SGA thing. They traded for SGA, got all these picks, and then they tanked for a couple years. And now they're unbelievable, and they're gonna have to get rid of guys because their younger guys are better.
Yeah, and they can't afford to keep them all.
Yeah. I mean, they have a lottery pick this year.
No, that's what I'm saying. They have a lottery pick this year. That's crazy. They could get the number 1 pick. It'd be nuts.
Yeah.
It'd be insane.
That'd be insane. Honestly, I'm all in for that. That'd be hilarious.
Oh,
but
God.
Yeah, the only way to do that, because I mean, if as a Wizards fan, they traded Denny Avdia, man, and he's so good. It drives me insane. And they got like basically nothing back for him, which is even worse. But there's just franchises that are just always going to suck unless they just change everything about them.
It's like the Browns in football.
Yeah, exactly. The Jets.
Yeah.
It's just how it's going to be.
It's such a shitty feeling to have that, just like deep down, that knowledge that might be the way it's always. I mean,
that's just how it is. Yeah. So
has anything stuck out to you?
I don't know why I went on that rant.
Like, is there anything
that's why? Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything that
that's why I've been disinterested? It was all weird. This is a very weird year. I just wasn't interested in it. Who knows? Maybe next year I might be. Has anything stuck out to me during the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah. The Lakers Houston thing. Luka, Austin Reeves, and Kevin Durant all out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
In the first game. Like when Kendrick Perkins went on, the king, Kendrick Perkins, the king of saying shit, of just saying shit. He came out and said, if LeBron beats Houston in the first round of the playoffs, there's no more GOAT debate. And then, no Steven Adams, no Fred VanVleet, no Kevin Durant. What are we talking about?
What are we doing?
I was so bummed out when I saw that KD wasn't playing. I'm like, come on, it's everyone's backups in LeBron and I guess Şengün, but he's not like a.
Hey, we got a futures bet on the Lakers though, so I'm sure
because their odds were 250,000 or some bullshit.
As much as it pains me to cheer for Lakers, I'm cheering for Lakers.
Yeah, I threw $5 on that.
I did 25. So it was like 25 to win like $4,000. So,
all right, Lakers fans over here.
Yes,
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's like the only thing that kind of stuck out. I mean, OKC.
I mean,
it's playing feet.
Orlando beating Detroit was pretty big. Like that was no one expected that. People didn't even want Orlando in the playoffs because like that was kind of cool.
Yeah. I think Detroit is kind of a fraud because they're like a classic regular season team where you rely on Cade Cunningham for most if not all your offense, and then like when he's off the floor and he's coming back from a collapsed lung, so he's not like fully 100%. So yeah, and then the Magic just decided to be good at basketball after they were the biggest disappointment of the year.
Yeah, it is nuts. That's fun though. Like that's the shit I like for me as like not having a besides the Lakers and my futures bet, not really having a dog in the fight. Like that's just shit that's kind of fun to watch when you're kind of on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and Mosley, their coach, is like they're already saying no matter what happens in the playoffs, he's getting fired. So
oh really?
Yeah, he's just there for the love of the game.
That's hilarious. I love that though.
Yeah, so I guess that's happening. I'm trying to think what else. It's kind of a bummer with the T-Wolves and Nuggets in the first round because Anthony Edwards has like a knee issue, and that kind of sucks. Yep. So he's not 100%. God, who am I forgetting?
Spurs, Trailblazers, nothing really there. I think Spurs will probably handle that. Really
first round isn't great.
Yeah,
it's basically chalk. I mean, the best series is probably going to be T-Wolves, Nuggets, Lakers, Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks, Hawks might be. They're playing right now. Let's see what their score is. They might be. That might be a more fun.
Knicks are up 7.5.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. Yeah, the Hawks are.
Cleveland's about to go up 2-0 in about 30 seconds.
The Raptors. I don't think the Raptors beat a top 3 team in each conference at all this year. So
the entire season.
Yeah. But the Hawks got a lot better when they got rid of Trae Young. Interesting.
Funny
how that works. They were never not a playoff team or not a play-in team the last like 3 or 4 years.
Right. Yeah.
And now they're. They're 5 seed.
Yeah, they're 5 seed.
Yeah, interesting.
Or the Hawks are 6 seed.
Okay, well, it's not a playing team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think OKC's going to win, and I think they're going to play Boston.
We did put a little future on Boston too, though. So we picked one from each conference. So I wouldn't be mad at Boston one either.
Yeah,
that one doesn't pay out nearly as much though. So
no, they're like plus 800.
Yeah, I'll take
it.
But
if you bet that at the beginning of the season with no Tatum and him not coming back, and he's been unbelievable since he came back, which is insane.
Crazy, yeah.
Insane.
With medicals nowadays, these guys come back like nothing fucking happened to them.
Yeah, I mean, like 15 years ago, this would have been a career-ending injury.
Career-ending, yeah. It's like the most devastating injury, and now it's, hey, we can come back in 9 months.
Yeah, hey, strap up. Did you hear about Tyrese Halliburton?
Well, I just know he's gained a bunch of weight, or he had did he pick some disease up or something?
Shingles. That's why he gained so much weight.
Yeah, shingles.
Yeah, his medication, like a side effect, makes him like really hungry or something, and he can't work out because like shingles comes from like stress and all that. So working out makes it even worse.
Well, it comes from like chickenpox. It's like related to chickenpox or something.
I know, but you can also get shingles if you're like really stressed out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said he's gained like 30 pounds or something. I saw that interview.
He's a skinny guy anyway, but yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It sucks. I mean, talk about like tearing your Achilles game 7, not be able to play the next year, and then while you're rehabbing, your shingles, which is like one of the most, one of the worst things you can get.
Oh, that sucks. He'll be back next year though. He'll be fine.
Yeah. But it's brutal. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah.
With the NBA, I mean,
it's still early. We'll get deeper into it as we get into the playoffs. Once the draft's over and stuff, we'll dive a little bit deeper into NBA and NHL probably. So,
yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, Flyers up 2-0 right now.
Flyers money line.
Third period. Flyers money line. It's always going to hit. Yeah. Okay. So now this is your, and I'm trying to think what we should do. Okay, we're gonna before we get into the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
The other day, the Cincinnati Bengals did something they never do,
Mm-hmm. They did.
and they did something that you were pretty adamant before they did it that you didn't want them to do this. And
Mm-hmm.
if you don't know what happened and you live under a rock, why am I forgetting the guy's name?
Dexter Lawrence.
Dexter Lawrence got traded from the New York Football Giants to the Cincinnati Bengals for the 10th overall pick. And before you tell me how you're feeling about it now, please tell me your initial thoughts when this pick or this trade happened.
So I didn't think it was real. To be honest, it was like one of those ones where you have to like check, because you get like people. There's so many accounts out there now. You get like people get Centel.
Oh, I know.
Like all the time.
Centel.
Like all the time. And it was one of those ones where like you see it. I got a text from like 3 different people right after I saw it. And I like checked like Adam Schefter's to make sure it was real him. I checked Ian Rappaport, make sure it was real Ian Rappaport before it kind of set in.
Before you keep going,
I had a few drinks as well. Yeah.
I love how everyone who knows you just knows your obsession with the Bengals.
Yeah. I got like it's funny because it's like texts from people that like I don't really talk to that often. Like only time we ever talk is about like football. It's like kind of random.
My best man speech was centered around the last 7 years of the Bengals.
I know, dude. It's kind of sad when you think about it in reality.
It's not sad. It's just your personality. It's okay.
But so leading up to it, like I know we kind of talked about in our group chat briefly about it. I just didn't think it was actually going to be a thing. Like I was just like, this isn't going to happen. Like this is stupid.
This isn't their game.
Yeah, this isn't what they do. Like they stick and pick. Like that's what they do. They don't.
Hold on. Is that something people say?
Go ahead. Yeah, people say stick and pick. Yeah.
Okay. Carry on.
Keep going. Okay.
I don't love it. I don't love it.
Okay, I won't say it anymore. I'll never say it again. And it was just one of those things, like, the further it got along, there was a lot of, like, vague tweets from, like, Bengals players and, like, insiders who are, like, players' brothers and stuff who, like, always people do this shit all the time just for engagement, and nothing ever happens from it. Like, BJ Hill was tweeting emojis 2 weeks ago, and then everyone that was right after, it came out that Dexter Lawrence wanted to trade. So again, in my head, I was like, I'm thinking this isn't actually gonna be a thing. Why are we even talking about this? And I think that's how a lot of people were with Bengals because we've been through this a million times. They don't make moves like this. They don't make trades like this. When it first came across, I was kind of like, God, it's pick 10. That could be Caleb Downs or that can be Reuben Bain. Those are the 2 names that stuck in my head. And I'm like, those are 2 young, I would consider blue chip prospects that you want to take and like you can build your team around. But after it happens, and like once you think about it, Bengals suck at drafting, man. Like they're not good at it. Like it's just they're not good at it. And the odds that one of those guys is going to be there it's probably not that high, considering that they made the trade. And like I think it's great that they went through that process of, hey, these are the guys we like. They're probably not going to be there. We need to win now. We want to win in the next 2 years. This is our best chance to get better right now to win in the next couple of years. And I still think, and I think a lot of people say the same thing. If you've watched any videos on this from like some of the national people, it's a lot to give up. Like pick 10 is a lot. That's not a little amount to trade. Do I think like the value of pick 10? Like, I think the Bengals overpaid a little bit? Yeah, probably. Like, I think it's a little bit of an overpay, but good. It's kind of almost like good. Like this is what you need to do. This is what some of these good teams do, and I think it was worth doing. I think no one they could have taken would have made them better this year or maybe even the next 2 years. Sure, if Caleb Downs or Reuben Bain or someone like that happens to be there at 10, is that someone you can maybe have for the next 5 to 7 years as a like a piece on your defense that you can send your defense around? Yes, but right now you have Joe Burrow, you have Jamar Chase, you have T. Higgins, you have the offensive line. Like you have the pieces in place right now to win. And I do think part of it is pressure from Joe Burrow. Like I think part of the reason why they
100%.
did it. Like I know there's all those rumors out there right now. Like this is a huge year and people just want to do clicks, whatever. Do I think there's a chance in 2 years Joe Burrow is like, fuck you guys didn't do enough to help me win? Yes. Like
100%.
he lives in LA in the offseason. He does like
Does he?
Yeah, he's been in LA the entire offseason. Like he's a Ram.
That's hilarious.
He is basically like he will be a Ram if things like if the Bengals did not show that, like, and I'm okay saying that. Like I'm okay saying that out loud.
Why?
But like this is the stuff that I think matters to the team in the locker room. And that's the biggest piece of this that I don't think is being talked about enough is like the Bengals had their OTAs today. I saw some videos of players talking, like the locker room's buzzing. Everyone's talking about them being all in to win and all that. And I think that's like one of those things that doesn't get talked about so much in the trades is the other players recognize what you're doing. And they see it and they like the fact that the team went out and they gave up a lot to get, what most people consider the best nose tackle in football, probably a top 3 to 5 defensive tackle in football. He had a down year last year compared to his previous seasons, but he's a guy that can stay on the field all 3 downs. He's a great run defender, and everyone's seen the Warren Sharp tweet at this point where nose tackle pressures over the last since 2022. He was at 108. The next highest was Vita Vea at 32. Like he's you don't see a lot of these guys in the NFL playing his position.
Vita Vea was number 2.
Well, it's nose tackle. So like if you have like Chris Jones or something, I think Chris Jones is technically 1 with like 130. Dutch Lawrence is 2nd. And then there's a couple of other guys, but like nose tackle who, not your typical 3-tech pass rushing defensive tackle. And then like DJ Reader was 3 at like 28. So it's just like those kind of guys, like they don't really make nose tackles like Dexter Lawrence. So I'm excited. I think it's really cool that they did something. And, I said that originally too, like I would be honestly most excited that they fucking did something that they don't normally do. And they kind of broke precedent for themselves to make this trade. And on top of it, everyone was saying they were gonna have to pay him $30 million a year, which is a lot for that. Like that would be highest or second highest of defensive tackles. They're only paying him $23.5 million over the next 3 years. Like the contract is very team friendly, which does it make me nervous that there's going to be a contract dispute in the next year or two? Yes. And I know people are already talking about that too, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. So,
that's Bengals football right there.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people are talking about this draft not being super top heavy, and I think that's pretty well known throughout. If you pay attention to the draft, like that's the big thing with this draft, and I think it's kind of cool that they said, "Hey, we're not going to get a
starters,
difference maker."
Not a star.
Mm-hmm. Correct. We're not going to get a difference maker at 10. And that's kind of been the worry, the fear was you're going to end up reaching for a Keldrick Falk or
your boy.
Or McCoy. Shamar 2.0 or McCoy or something. And I think in my head, I was like, oh, it's going to be Boehner Downs. It's going to be Boehner Downs. And that's the guys that I want. But probably, and we're going to do a mock draft on here. I don't have either of them making it to 10. So there you go. I don't know. I think it's smart.
And if you don't,
yes,
no NFL GMs don't.
Correct. Yeah, because I know more than all of them combined.
You know ball.
Yeah, I know more than all of them.
You turned down Duke Tobin's job.
That's right, because I'm too good at it.
You're like, I don't want to win every Super Bowl.
No, but all in all, happy. First time, like this is how crazy it is though. And like this is why I think it's probably still considered an overpay. Like it would have been great to get like a 4th round pick back or something. The first time since 1989 that a player has been traded for a top 10 pick that's not a quarterback. Like since Randy Moss, like it's been forever since that has happened. So it's a little unprecedented. Or sorry, it's the first time since 1989 the Bengals don't have a 1st round pick. First time in 21 years that a player has been traded for a 1st round or a top 10 pick that was not a quarterback. So it is crazy. It's not something you see that often. And the fact that the Bengals are the team to do it blows my mind. It's fucking insane. It's insane.
I love it, man. I've been saying on this, I've been saying when we just talk, through text or on the phone or whatever, if you're in a win now situation, get rid of the picks. I mean, the Rams do it, the Eagles do it. I'm sure the Chiefs have done it. Like you just have to get players who are proven. I mean, it's so hard to hit a lot of these picks in the NFL, and it's even harder for them to come in and make a positive difference in the
Especially
first
early.
year
Yeah,
or the first 2 years.
Yeah, early on. Very
And
difficult.
and if you have how old's Burrow? 28, 29?
29. Mm-hmm.
He's
30 this year.
29 years old. In his prime, you can't get as good as Bain, as good as Downs, as good as they are. Even if they drop to you, it's like, hey, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the rebuilding's over. It's a reload. And I was telling you this before. This is like a better redo of the Trey Hendrickson thing a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got this is their, hey, we screwed up. We didn't pay our guy. Yeah, he had a down year. Yeah, he was hurt. You know, last year, but this screams to me, and it makes me happy for you, because I'm like, oh, thank God they're gonna try to win.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like this offseason, although I still think they could have done things a little bit differently when it comes to like how they structure contracts and stuff, and like you can have that conversation. They could have picked up a couple more pieces, but like to go out and get the best safety on the market, you get Boye Mafe, who again he's not an upgraded Trey Hendrickson, but he's a younger, he's a good pass rusher. Like he fits kind of that hole you needed. You get Jonathan Allen on the interior, and you get Dexter Lawrence on the interior.
They won. This is the first time, maybe ever, that they won an offseason.
Yeah, it's been a while since they went to the Super Bowl. That was the last time.
Is there a team that did better in the offseason?
Shit. I mean, it's hard because I don't follow the other ones as closely. I think Washington did some good things. I'm trying to remember from free agency.
But they're not in that. I'm talking about like teams that needed to make a jump to be a Super Bowl contender.
I think they won. The Rams, but that was a trade. Like for them to get McDuffie and still have a first round pick, like that was awesome for them. But again, that involved a trade.
Made a bigger leap.
Yeah. No, I think they made a big leap on defense. Like I think are they going to be a top 10 defense? No. Can they be a 14th to 20th? Absolutely.
They don't need to be a top 10.
Yeah, exactly.
They need a ceiling at 10 and a floor at 15.
I would even put the floor at 20. They just need a floor at 20, and I think they'd be fine.
Okay, we'll meet in the middle. Floor at 17.
I like that. Meet in the middle. I like that. No, it's been very exciting. Is it a little bit of a bummer? Like, I love the draft, so am I partially like, damn, not having to pick on Thursday is kind of a bummer? Yeah, I mean that's part of it, right? But I'm gonna sit there and enjoy it. I'm gonna sit there and enjoy it and not stress that they're gonna take like Keldrick Falk at pick 10 or something. That would have just pissed me off, and I would have been mad for 3 weeks. So
yeah, it ruined your vacation last year.
It did. I was in Jamaica on a golf trip, and I was pissed because they took Shamar Stewart, and I sat here on this podcast probably for 15 minutes talking about this is who they're gonna take, and I'm gonna be pissed and been begging not to take them. And that's what I'm reminded of when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the pick's done. It was Dexter Lawrence, and you're not going to get a better pick than that in the draft.
He's good. And if he was in the draft, he'd go number 1.
Yes. Well, okay, maybe not because of
quarterback. You'd go number 2.
Yeah, you'd go number 2. Yeah.
Non-quarterback number 1.
Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things. The Bengals have been looking for a defensive tackle since they lost Atkins, and since DJ Reader kind of got a little bit older and isn't as good. But like last year, they wanted Walter Nolan. He got taken right in front of them. And the year before that, they wanted Byron Murphy, got taken the pick before him. Like they just haven't been able to solidify that position. And they wasted a second and third round pick on Chris Jenkins and McKinley Jackson 2 years ago. They're probably both not even going to be on the team this year based on the changes they made. So like that's the other things I go back to. Like we wasted a second and third round pick in one draft on defensive tackle, and they both missed. And that's why you're in the position you're in, and why your defense is bad, because you missed on those top 100 picks. And that's where when you critically think about it and don't look at it in a vacuum of just pick 10 for Dexter Lawrence seems like a lot. when you think about the situation the Bengals are in, the Giants are in, it makes a difference.
To me, it does not seem like a lot. To me, it seems like we had to go out, we had to spend, 100 or I don't know. You had to spend you just had to spend more to get your guy. Basically, what I'm trying to say. That's just how trades work. If you like a guy,
you're overpaying for your guy.
You do whatever you can to get him, even if it's giving up a little too much to someone who is, an outsider looking in.
I will say, there was a rumor right after it broke that the Giants were sending the Bengals back pick 37 too, and I almost lost it. I was like, "There's no way." That they're
that'd be insane. That'd be insane. I don't know who you're following on Twitter, but unfollow that person.
Other trade news though, it sounds like AJ Brown has been traded to the Patriots.
Wait, hold on. Is that now?
Well, I mean that was this morning. All that broke this morning. They've essentially agreed to a trade, but they can't finalize it until June 1st, which is stupid because you can cut players.
So dumb.
You can cut players and stuff before then and designate them post Q1. We've talked about that, but there's a trade that happened, but for cap reasons, it can't actually happen until after June 1st. So it's not official until June 1st, but rumor is it's either for a 2027 or 2028 first round pick. Which is nice. I think that's a good return for AJ Brown. Yeah, I think it's a good return.
Oh yeah. Hopefully it's 2027 because I don't think the Patriots are going to be that good next year. I think it's going to be a little bit of a regression.
Yeah. So you think you think they'll be middle of the pack. So you want that pick at pick 17 to 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's no better
Eagles
fit.
Probably have pick 32 because they're going to win the Super Bowl, and then they're going to trade both those picks for third overall, get the best offensive tackle or defensive lineman draft.
Yep. No better fit for AJ Brown than back with Vrabel and the Patriots.
I'm just glad. I'm just tired of the drama.
Yeah, it's such a pain in the ass. Even the Jalen Hurts stuff is getting old, man. It's
Who's saying ridiculous. That? Also, who is leaking all this information? Get that guy out.
I don't know. Yeah, it's someone inside the organization.
Trade that guy.
Yeah, it's someone inside for sure, but it's not good for the old team morale. That much I can tell you.
Yeah. Also, the Flyers up 3-0 with 2 minutes left.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's hear your mock draft.
Okay, we're gonna go quick because we're already 47 minutes into this podcast. So I have I put up the PFF simulator and I'm gonna just run through the picks. RIP PFF, but I'm still gonna use their simulator.
Wait, why RIP?
They Chris Collinsworth sold the company to someone and they're getting rid of the the content side. So all those everyone got fired 2 weeks ago from PFF. All the people you would see on Twitter, the graphic designers, the YouTube people, everyone was let go. So they're no longer they're no longer a front facing. I think the data is still going to live on, but they're no longer going to be front facing, I guess, if that makes sense. Content related. And I think the name might change, all that kind of stuff. So kind of a shit show, but all right, let me see. How do I do this? Let's do this. Let's share this. And no Bengals pick. How about that?
Well, that's good for us because that would have been another 20 minutes.
That's what I mean. So. We're saving ourselves 20 minutes by not. All right, let's do. All right, here we go. Let me know if you can see this. You see this shit? Oh, nice! Look how cool this is. Look at technology, man.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
All right, so we're gonna start. Pick one. Let's hit start draft. Okay, cool. Pick one. I'm not going to talk a lot about it. It's going to be from Fernando Mendoza. I almost feel bad for the teams that pick one when you know who they're going to take. Because part of the fun of the draft is hearing what people are going to say about the pick. And when you
it could have been what draft was Baker Mayfield? It could have been that one.
Oh yeah, right.
There was
Sam Darnold. Yeah, and Baker Mayfield was kind of a surprise at the end that he was going to be the number one pick, and all the lines changed constantly. I mean, I've watched and then read decent amount on on the draft, and like every single one's like Mendoza. We don't even need to talk about it. It's like, God, if you're a fan, you're like, God, give me something. Like, give me something. All right, so I'm gonna go Mendoza 1. Jets. There's been a lot of conversation between Arvell Reese or David Bailey, who's going to be the number 1 pick. Jets canceled the visit with David Bailey right before. I had David Bailey in there until today, but the odds completely flipped on all your sports books. So I'm going to go Arvell Reese, number 2. He's listed as a linebacker, but he'll come off the edge, obviously, for the Jets as a pass rusher. Arizona Cardinals, number 3. I'm going to give them Bailey. These guys, Arvell Reese and David Bailey, are going to go 2 and 3, I think, as long as there's not a bunch of crazy trades or anything. I think so. Like, I think these will be 2 and 3. I think that.
Why have I seen so many people saying Jeremiah Love is a lock at 3?
See, that was a new thing that came out today. Like, this shit changes. Like, no one was saying that, and all of a sudden today, Jeremiah Love's going to go number 3. Like, this is the crazy shit. And just, I'm going to preface this. We're filming this on Monday. Like, there could be trades by this point. Like, whenever we post this, like, this might not even be relevant anymore because the picks will be different. But I do think this one's going to be one of the hardest to mock, just because I think there's going to be a lot of trades at the beginning of the draft, because a lot of people want to get out of the top 10, because I think there's a lot of people who think that the players aren't worth the picks and they want future assets. So it'll be interesting. I think the first 15 picks are going to be kind of crazy this year, which is fun though. It's fun as a fan to see all the trades. So I'm going to go David Bailey 3 again. Cardinals sounds like they want to move out of this pick. Would not be surprised if they move down. Titans, I'm gonna put Jeremiah Love with the Titans. I think this is what they're gonna do. I don't know if I would do it, but this is what I'm gonna do. He's going top 5. Like, I'm convinced. If I could, I don't
understand. I understand he's like the highest. Like, he's an unbelievable player, but if I was a Titans fan and we drafted a running back in the top 5, I'd be so bummed. And if I'm over the age of 13, and I understand you need to, win in the trenches, or, you need another weapon or whatever. I just don't like that.
Yeah. I know we kind of gone back and forth on this the last couple weeks, like talking about Jeremiah Love. I'm with you.
I understand he's a great player. I just don't want to draft him in the top 5. Even top 10 is a stretch.
I also think we're getting a little too loose with the generational running back when we feels like we've had 4 or 5 in the last 6 years. Like you had Saquon not too long ago. You had Genty last year. You have Love this year. And Saquon didn't work with the Giants. Genty did not they're not ready for that piece. You're not ready. I think sometimes.
Guess who else isn't ready?
Yeah.
The Titans.
The Titans. Yeah. I mean, think about the wide receiver core. They got no
They're
one.
They're going to be back in the top 10 next year.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I agree with you. I just think it's going to happen. He's going to go top 5. And I think the Titans want David Bailey or Arvell Reese to fall. So I think ideally Saleh wants that edge piece. Only way I think it happens though is if the Cardinals trade back or the Cardinals take Jeremiah Love, which I don't know if I believe that either. That's insane. The Cardinals need so much help. They're going to take a running back at pick 3. No, there's no chance. There's no chance. I don't see it happening. All right. So Giants pick 5. This is actually where I have Caleb Downs. I think this is his ceiling, is pick 5, but there's been so much smoke to Caleb Downs and John Harbaugh dating back to when he took the job. One of the first questions he answered would be I think he's the one who even said, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Fame type prospect. So I think if he's there, there's a lot of people think Sonny Styles here. I'm going to go Caleb Downs though. I've had it that way for a while. And I think that's who they pick. I'm not going to say stick and pick anymore. I just said it though. I'm not going to say it anymore. All right. So I don't do trades in mock drafts.
Don't stick and pick anything, dude.
I don't do trades in mock drafts just because I think it's too much. But I'm going to do a pseudo trade, I guess, without actually doing a trade, if that makes sense. So I don't know how else to explain it.
So you're going to do a trade?
I'm going to do a trade, yes. Let's see if it'll let me. I'm going to do a forced trade. No, I'm not going to force that trade. How do I do this? Oh, I have to unlock. I'm not going to unlock something. Okay. I'm not going to lock something. But I think Cleveland's going to move down. I don't think they want to stay at 6. I think they want to pick up other pieces. I think the Cowboys, and there's way too much smoke about this. All the top analysts are saying that the Cowboys and Browns are going to make a trade, right? We've seen that the last week or so. I think the Cowboys really want one of these top defenders. So I think they're going to trade up for Sonny Styles. And I think the Browns want...
Sonny Styles is such a Cowboy player name.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Browns are looking at these tackles, and there's a ton of smoke around Caden Proctor as an option, but you can't take him at 6. It's too high to take him at 6. I think they want to trade back and take him. So just for this exercise, he's going, I'm picking him 6, but it's a trade. Like, he's not going to go 6. Because the way I think about it is...
So basically, how about this? You just take Sonny Styles here, and we're going to just pretend that it's the Cowboys.
Okay, we can do that. I want to see, like, why can't I do this trade thing? I'm kind of pissed I can't do this. I need to subscribe. It's stupid. No, I'm going to do this because I'm going to match the player with the team. I'm going to do that. Player with the team. So Sonny Styles isn't there because he's going 12. So we're gonna match player to team because that's the way I think about it in my head. Is if I'm trying to match player to team, and I consider that a correct pick. All right. Pick 7, I actually do think the Commanders would be one of the first places that would make the most sense for Jeremiah Love. I think they're a little bit more ready. They made a bunch of additions on the defense side of the ball. But I'm going to go, since he's gone, I'm going to go Carnell Tate here, pair him with a former Ohio State wide receiver. Carnell Tate's he's great as a wide receiver too. I think this is a great piece for Jaden Daniels. Him and Scary Terry go together. So I'm going to do that at pick 7 for Washington. Pick 8 for the Commanders. I'm going to go corner Mansour Delane. I think they need some help on the secondary. Wide receiver also makes sense.
Saints.
Yeah, what'd I say?
Commanders.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to go through this fast. Mansour Delane to the Saints. I think wide receiver, again, could be an option here, but I'm going to give them a corner. They need some defensive help, so I'm going to go corner. The Chiefs. Chiefs are kind of fun because they could go anywhere. They need a lot of O-line help. They need wide receiver help, and they need cornerback help, edge help, and they also need edge help. I'm going to go Reuben Bain here, and this is where I would have been pissed if the Bengals were at 10 and they had to pick because you know that the Chiefs would take who they want right in front of them. They've done it in the past. So this is where I go Reuben Bain. I think he's too good of a prospect at this spot for him to fall any further. I think he's kind of like your last blue chip defensive player. And that's why I think they take him at 9. Giants on the clock. I think there's a ton of smoke right now around Jordan Tyson being the pick. He was falling like towards the back half of the first round leading up to the last couple of weeks, but now all of a sudden he did a private workout, 18 to 20 teams there. It could just be smoke from his agent, but it sounds like the Giants are in love with Jordan Tyson. They want another. That's part of the reason why they traded with the Bengals was because they wanted.
Was he the guy who did like one bad workout at the combine and that's why he dropped?
No, I think that was Mekhi Lemon. He did some weird interviews. Like he had some weird facial expressions in his interviews, and people were talking about him dropping because of that.
Talk about overthinking.
Yes, right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Jordan Tyson here. No, he was injured, so like he did a private workout because he didn't really do a lot at the combine, so he wanted to do private workout just to show them that he is getting healthy. So I'm gonna go Jordan Tyson there.
Who was the guy who did the vertical and did the vertical jump and got like 23 inches?
I think that was a tight end. I'm pretty sure that was a tight end.
Oh, okay.
I think so. Look it up.
Okay, keep going. I'm going to look it up.
All right. Dolphins, pick 11. Again, Dolphins need everything. I mean, they might have the worst roster in football at this point. They have the Packers GM. They have a new GM, came from the Packers. Coach comes from the Packers. I think a lot of us learned from the Packers over the last 10, 15 years, even when they had Aaron Rodgers. They like to go trenches. So I'm gonna get this name wrong. Francis Mauaga. I think he's the best tackle in the draft. He's still there at 11. I think he's too good to pass up on at this point. He does have some injury concerns, but it sounds like he will be fine for the start of the season. So we're going to take him to the Dolphins at pick 11. Going back to 12, this is again where I had Sonny Styles. This is technically the Cowboys trading up to pick 6 to take Styles. So we'll do that. Rams at pick 13. I think this would be a dream scenario for the Rams. I think they want another wide receiver. I think that's the last piece they want for their offense. And Mekhi Lemon fits them perfectly. I think this would be one of the most fun fits in the draft, and I think this would be like one of your fantasy like rookie darlings, just because of the fit that he has here. So I'm going to go Mekhi Lemon to the Rams at 13. Ravens interior line is shit. Their interior line is not good. I think they need to focus on interior offensive line here. So I'm going to go. Everyone calls him Vega Ione. I'm going to go Vega because I have no idea how to pronounce his first name. So
that's a wild name.
Yeah, Vega is what we're going to go with. Honestly, and this is like this partially the Bengals, like their interior defensive line is a strength now. The Ravens lose Tyler Linderbaum as the best center in football in the offseason. I don't really think they did enough in the offseason to solidify their offensive line. So a lot of people have this penciled that they're going to go into your offensive line here. So I'm going to go Vega Ione to the Ravens. I think it's a good fit too. I think that'd be a great pick, and it just fits the Ravens. I've also seen a lot of people saying if Bain falls, he probably will get past a couple of these teams, and like I would just lose my shit if Ruben Bain went to the Ravens. I would be very, very upset. So, all right, the Bucs again. They really need edge help, and I just don't think there's one worth taking at this point. Like I said it in our previous when we were going over the offseason stuff. They need an edge. Trey Hendrickson was one of those guys that Tampa Bay was a favorite, in the rumors at least. No one's there for him, so I'm going to go Spencer Fano to them. I think, again, he's fallen a little bit further than I think he should, and I think he can play guard to start, so I think that's a good versatile piece for them. So I'm going to go Spencer Fano to the Buccaneers. Jets, with their second first-round pick, they need wide receiver help. They need a little bit of help on offense. I think some people might think Ty Simpson here as a potential quarterback. I just don't think they're going to take him. I think they're loading up for next year to take him. Like, I still just think this is a just absolute rebuilding year for them. They build before you get the quarterback and don't take the flight on the quarterback if you're not ready for it. Quarterback draft's going to be much better next year, and I think the Jets are going to be bad again. So I think they're going to be in that top 5 to 7 range. If I'm not mistaken, they have 2 first-round picks next year. So I'm going to go with the Jets wide receiver here with Omar Cooper Jr., who's primarily a slot receiver, which will be good. It fits well with Garrett Wilson. So we'll go him at 16. Lions, again, this is ones I feel most confident about. Monroe Freeling, they need a tackle. The offensive line was a strength at one point for the Lions, but it's kind of got decimated over the last few years. They need to replace Taylor Decker. So I think he falls to them. It's a no-brainer pick for the Lions. Vikings at pick 18. I think this is where Dylan Thieneman goes. A lot of people have him ahead of Caleb Downs, which I think is a little bit crazy. I think Caleb Downs is a lot more versatile than Dylan Thieneman, but he's gonna replace what's his name? Why am I drawing blank? Harrison Smith. He's gonna replace Harrison Smith at the Vikings, and I think it'll be a good fit for them. I think this is honestly, I think this might be the floor for Thieneman. I think he's going to go higher than a lot of people think. So I think if he falls, he won't get past the Vikings. Same with this next pick, Carolina, Kenyon Sadiq. I think it would be a lot of fun for the Panthers to take Kenyon Sadiq. He's a freak athletically, tight end. I think they need a little bit more help on the offense. It seems like Bryce Young is their guy. I mean, we've talked about Bryce Young probably more than we should have on this podcast through last year, just because of how fun of a season the Carolina Panthers had. I don't know if he'll make it this far. I think the Rams are a potential option for him. I think the Ravens, if they don't go offensive line, are a potential option for him. So I don't know if he'll make it this far. I also think the Vikings are sneaky for him as well, but I'm going to go Kenyon Sadiq here. I think he's going to be very, very good. All right. Cowboys with their second pick. This is my fear as a Bengals fan. I think they go Keldrick Falk here. The Cowboys and the Bengals are very similar in some of the stuff they do, and they need an edge. They need defensive help, just like the Bengals would have if they were in this position. I think this is where he goes. He's a great run defender, not the best pass rusher. A lot of people are saying he wasn't put in the right positions at Auburn to succeed in that route. feel like I've heard that before with a lot of you hear that all the time when this time of year, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go Keldrick Faulkner. Cowboys fans might hate that. He's like the pick this year that no one wants, which is sad. It was Shamar Stewart last year though. Like, and that's what happens. There's always one or two guys that the consensus hates, the fans hate, and I don't know. I think he's better than Shamar Stewart though. I will say that. I think he's a better player than Shamar Stewart. All right, Steelers here at pick 21. I want your opinion on this. I am gonna give them Ty Simpson at quarterback. Oof. I needed to find a spot for him in the first round. I don't do trades. Like, I think Arizona is another option to maybe trade back in at the end of the first round to take him if he's still there. But they're never going to be bad enough to pick top 10 or like top 7. It's just not, they're not built that way. I know new coach this year, things could be different. Aaron Rodgers hasn't made a decision yet, and it doesn't sound like he's going to make one before the draft. Even if you do have Aaron Rodgers, you're probably going to sit Ty Simpson regardless. So I'm going Ty Simpson here.
Why wouldn't they draft like a receiver? Or, I mean, are there many receivers at this position that are worth that pick?
Yeah, I mean, Denzel Boston's good. Like, I think Denzel and Casey Concepcion are the last two that'll go in the first round. I have them going in the first round, but they've missed out on like the top guys, the top 3 or 4 guys. So I think it could make sense. I think something on defense would also make sense. Like, I think I can also see them going Peter Woods on the interior defensive line. I can see them going Caden McDonald. He's more of a nose tackle, not as much of a pass rusher. I don't know. It was a hard, like, they were a hard one for me to mock. And I needed to fit Ty Simpson in somewhere. So that's why I did it.
Yeah.
Do you hate it? Do you hate it?
I've heard, no, I don't hate it. I mean, I've heard people talk about it, but I don't even know if he's going to go first round.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think if he gets, it feels like one of those things that if he gets to like pick 28, someone will trade up a couple picks, like Arizona or something, just so you get that 5th-year option. Mm-hmm. And I think he's a quarterback. He's getting enough buzz. I think he'll go first round. Kind of reminds me of like Kenny Pickett. Like, that's what I keep referring it to Kenny Pickett. Like, he's one of the top quarterbacks in the draft. You're kind of in that like late teens, early 20s. You need a quarterback. Do you just take the shot? Obviously, Kenny Pickett did not work out for Pittsburgh, and maybe that throws him off it. And maybe they're like, yeah, we don't want to deal with that again. We'll figure out quarterback some other way.
Well, he doesn't wear 2 gloves, so.
That's true. And he doesn't have like whatever it was, 8 1/4 or what, 8.5 inch hands or whatever. It was a big deal when he came out. So yeah, I'm gonna go the Chargers. I'm gonna go Ty Simpson to Steelers. Chargers. I'm gonna go Peter Woods here, who I think potentially the Steelers want. I also, again, sorry to go back to Steelers, I think they could go offensive line. There isn't really a guard available to take here, but there's a couple tackles that I think are going to go in the first round. So like, I could also see that as an option. Broderick Jones just came out and said that he's got an injury, should be ready by the start of the season, but kind of an unexpected surgery for him. So maybe they go that route. For the Chargers, I'm going to go Peter Woods. He was a consensus top 5 player coming into the season. Didn't have the greatest season. Didn't test that well. Kind of falling off boards. Like, he was one of those guys always mocked in the top 10, top 5. I think there's a risk he could even fall to the second round. But I think there'll be a team that saw his season from 2 years ago, thinks he still has it in him. And I think he's a good pick here. I think this is a good spot for him at 22. And I think the Chargers could use some defensive line help. Eagles. Your Eagles. Where do you think I'm going here? Like, if you have you paid attention enough to like what they might do?
Yeah, I think they're going some kind of offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt about, in my head at least. I think you need someone to replace Lane Johnson when he's done. I think this is probably going to be Lane Johnson's last year. How old is Lane Johnson? 37?
Old.
36? Yeah. I think they're going to go, again, I'm going to mess up this last name. Max Einhochter, I think that's how you say it, something along those lines. Kind of a crazy story. Like, he hasn't played football for a long time. Like, he started when he was 13. I think he's from Nigeria. Like, kind of came to the U.S. at 13. That whole thing. Freak though, like a freak, and he just feels like an Eagles player where they'll get the most out of him. He can sit for a year, develop. He's got a lot of people like to say he has the biggest upside in this entire draft from the offensive line standpoint. So he's a little bit of a developmental guy, but I think that's why he fits so well with the Eagles. So I'm going to go Max there. All right, Browns with their second pick in the first round. They need a wide receiver. Might be the worst wide receiver core in football. I know we've talked about that before. Like who actually has the worst wide receiver core? They're bottom 5. I think they'll go Denzel Boston here. Shore up their wide receiver core just a little bit to whoever is throwing them the football, whether it's Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders. Who knows who the quarterback's going to be in Cleveland? Bears have been desperate for some defensive line help the last like 3 years. It feels like it. They're always rumored to be in on the big defensive lineman in the offseason or during trade, like the trade deadline. So I'm going to go D-line here, an edge rusher for them. I'm going to go TJ Parker. Probably the ceiling for TJ Parker. A lot of people see him as a late first, early second type of guy. I kind of hope he falls to the Bengals in the second round. That's one of the guys that I'm eyeing for the second round for the Bengals, but I think someone will take a shot on him just for the upside. Bills, kind of the same thing. Need an edge rusher. They signed Joey Bosa last year. He was okay for the first half of the season, then kind of fell off. I believe he was dealing with some injuries. So I'm going to go edge again for them. And I'm going to go Malachi Lawrence. He's been a draft riser over the last couple weeks. It seems like all odds are that he's going to go in the first round. So I wanted to make sure I put him in here. I think it made a lot of sense to put him with the Bills. 49ers, offensive line. It just feels right. They got some aging veterans on the offensive line. They need a little bit of help there. And I think they are going to go with, who did I have? I had Caleb Lomu for them as well. Tackle from Utah. Texans, again, offensive line. We've been talking about how bad Texans offensive line is for the last 4 or 5 years. So I think it makes sense for them to take a tackle here. I went with Blake Miller with them from Clemson. I think that's like the thing with the tackle class is there's 7 of them that are going to go in the first round, the 7 that I put in. And after that, it like falls off a cliff when it comes to offensive linemen. So I do think Houston's going to want to take one because they have the option to take the last one. Kansas City Chiefs, I had them going Reuben Bain in the first. I think corner is a huge need here. I could see them taking Jermon McCoy, who was supposed to be a top 12 pick. Like he was mocked to the Bengals a ton. Just came out today that he is still like he's falling rapidly. Had a torn ACL. Sounds like the ACL is fine, but he might need a different knee surgery. That all just came out today, so I completely changed my mock after hearing that today. I don't think they take him. I think they go wide receiver. They take the last wide receiver that they feel is worth it at this point, and they go Casey Concepcion. I think they've done a couple. I think he might have done a top 30 visit with them, so I think that one makes sense. Dolphins, again, need everything. I'm going to give them Colton Hood. They didn't go corner early on. I think it's absolutely a top need for them. I gave them tackle from Miami. I'm going to give them Colton Hood, the other Tennessee cornerback. Again, I just think this injury is going to scare them away. Although, again, they're not going to win this year anyway, so maybe they feel a little bit better about taking a risk on Jermon McCoy. He's a top 15 prospect, but the injuries are scaring people away. Patriots need some help on the defensive line. Defensive line was kind of one of their shortfalls last year. Great secondary, which I think helped with their defensive line. Akeem Messidor, a lot of people think he is better college player than Reuben Bain, but he's 25 years old. So it's one of those things that do you take a 21-year-old Reuben Bain who showed just as high as flashes, or Akeem Messidor who was 24 and was probably a little bit more consistent than Bain? I do think he's going to go in the first round, and I think the Patriots are one of those teams that are in win now mode, and I think this makes a lot of sense. Who cares if he's 25 if we're trying to win a Super Bowl this year, right? So I'm going to go Akeem Messidor. And then Seahawks, again, I think they could even trade out of this pick. I think Jadarian Price is potential here. A lot of people have them mocked him just because they need a running back desperately because they don't have one on the roster right now. But I don't think they'll go that route. I think this is where Jermon McCoy goes. I think he's going to go in the first round. I do. He's just going to fall. I think he's just too good at this point. They need a little bit of DB help after losing a couple DBs in the offseason. So Jermon McCoy it is. And that is my mock draft. I went through that as fast as I possibly could.
What was the grade they gave you?
Let's see. Did they give me a grade? No, they didn't give me a grade. I think if I pick a team, they give me a grade. But they did not give me a grade. Anything stand out to you?
No. The only thing that stood out is it's hilarious how into the draft you are in a good way.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it. I like in I like to see how many I get right. I think it's cool to like just do it and see how many you get right. I don't do it into the second round. I usually pay attention to the prospects like up to the third round, just so I know for when who I'm looking for the Bengals. Once you get into the fourth, once you get past those top 70 guys or whatever, I'm out. I don't know at that point anymore who the hell is who and what is what. So it's fun though. I enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll see how many I get right. If I can get 6 or 7, I will feel pretty good about it.
All right, goal 7.
Goal 7
here.
Goal 7. That's a lot. I don't think a lot. I think 7's a lot, but
you're gonna get it. You're gonna get all 7, and and yeah. So we'll see how you do next week, and
Thursday. Oh yeah, we'll talk about it next week. Yeah. We'll tweet that. We'll tweet out this mock draft too, so people can see it if they want it. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it.
Yeah, and then you know what? We're gonna end there. So
yeah,
follow us at Traveling Athlete Pod on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and at Athlete Pod on X.
You place any draft day bets or no?
No, I don't know enough.
Yeah, I might tweet out a couple. Like David Bailey, I know I have him going 3, but him going 2 right now is like plus 230. I think it's worth it at that point to place that bet just because I think it's a high possibility that he goes. Caleb Downs going top 10, Ruben Bain going top 11. I think are two good ones. Who else? Jeremiah Love going top 5, another decent one. So yeah, I like to place a few bets, make it interesting, especially if the Bengals aren't going to be picking. Gotta get something to keep me excited about it.
I love how excited you are. But follow us on all the things that I said, and we'll be back to grade Brian's draft next week.
Yes.
Oh, shit. We gotta do it again, dude. Left the lens cap on.